There's perhaps no more wondrous and majestic creatures than birds. Aside from their beauty, birds are critical to the natural ecosystem, keeping in check the population of worms, insects and other pests. Yet thousands die every year, struck down in flight or in landings because they're almost totally blind to a man-made obstacle: power lines and barbed wire fences. For aviation biologist Tim Chervick, finding the solution to this problem has been a lifelong mission. And now, after almost a decade in development, Tim is proud to introduce the FireFly Fence Diverter, the most effective and affordable way to protect man's other best friend, birds. Every year, despite growing legal protection, thousands of birds die needlessly to an invisible threat their eyes are not designed to see, like barbed wire fences and power lines. And that's where FireFly diverters come in. For example, this fence could kill 60% fewer sage grouse this year by doing one simple thing. Let's join Tim in the field and see how easy it is to install.
This is the size of the fence diverter, FireFly 3. It's 3 inches wide by approximately 2 inches in height. Install the diverter on the fence line. We put it between the barbs and it snaps on. It's made to snap on very easily. Once it snaps on, it'll wiggle in place with the wind, which gives it motion for approaching birds. Typical BLM fence could be 16 feet from post to post, center. So we would put one diverter between each wire spreader. They go on in a matter of seconds. So we put the diverter between the spreader and the fence post, 4-foot center on a 16-foot typical span BLM livestock fence. So we want to alternate the colors on the livestock fence from orange to yellow, yellow to orange. Here's the typical movement of the diverter in the wind. Field installation of the diverter is very simple. We can put it on in a matter of seconds. Here's an illustration: 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005.
Studies show that the number one method used to protect birds is flagging, creating a specific mix of colors and movement in the infrared and visible spectrum to warn birds of danger areas. The problem is, there's miles and miles of fence, and to work, flagging has to be done just right. So Tim implemented sound science into the design of the FireFly, boosting efficiency and efficacy with high spectrum visibility and wind-powered motion to overcome the single most scientifically significant proven barrier: 8 seconds. Turns out it takes under 8 seconds to place 16 feet of protection. It had to be so easy to put in place that it would be cheaper than any other flagging method. It had to go up fast, it had to save costs in installation, not to mention compliance with federal and state bird protection laws. So, the FireFly fence diverter goes on faster and easier than any other flagging solution. Look, 16 feet in under 8 seconds, time after time. When you bring the installation cost per unit down so low, it means if you're a property owner with line or wire, the cost of saving another bird's life is nominal, not to mention the avoided costs of federal and state legal penalties. Protect wildlife, protect yourself. That's the motto of Tim's team and the FireFly Fence Diverter. Call the number on your screen today for pricing and availability.